change difficulties in real time. Last week we got to talk about Escape the Game due to their new location in New York City. We got to watch a couple of their trailers, and they have popped up in the news again recently. We found out that Ruins, the game trailer, we found out that Ruins, the trailer that we reviewed, is actually in Nashville.
Yes. Yeah.
We're pretty sad about that because we were going to drive to New York literally that day and go play this freaking game. But they've got 5 rooms in New York, and all of them have varying difficulties. If you're looking for an easier experience, you simply tell them beforehand, and the clues will be far less vague than the usual ones given. So this is kind of like real time. They change difficulty for you in the game to help you solve it. How do you feel about that? Is that just kind of, to me, that sounds like standard escape room fare, but I wanted to hear your thoughts on that.
So do we. It's called Give Them More Hints.
That's all?
That's all you... I mean, that's... I don't know. Argue me. What else does it mean? You know, yeah, you could change difficulties of puzzles inside the game, and you can do that with certain forms of technology. But at the end of the day, I don't know. It's...
It is a little silly, isn't it?
It's a little silly.
I saw the headline. I saw the headline for it, right? And I saw that it was the same company that we had talked about last week. And I'm already excited about their stuff. I've been wanting to check it out. So when I saw...
I'm excited about the game in Nashville. I'm not excited about what was in New York.
Some of the ones that they have in New York look pretty cool. I wish they would bring the Ruins to New York. The playground one looked really fun. I would do the playground. They have a playground-themed escape room. I know. Listen, I am a giant man-child and I want to climb a jungle. Yeah, all right. There it is. There's the thumbs down. I got two. I got two
as well.
That was, to clarify, that was for me, not Escape the Game NYC. Unless you plan on never removing Ruins from Nashville closer to here. Let me tell you, business trips to New York are a lot cheaper than business trips to Nashville. But yeah, no, I saw the headline and it said real-time difficulty change. So in my head, I'm like, do they go in there and they change the puzzles? You know, do they go in there and they, like, remove elements of the game? And then I was like, no, we just give them less vague clues.
There are a few different ways with technologically based puzzles where you can change the modes. Literally with a click of a button. We could have done it in Freak Show. We chose not to.
Oh. Hot take. I've never even heard this before.
It would have been more programming. But essentially, like, for example, let me think of what would be a good example here. Basically, with most of the puzzles in an escape room, your objectives are going to be to open something, right? So you can pre-program your device or your puzzle to have multiple puzzles inside it, some easier, some more difficult than others. So you could have like your easy mode where the game is pre-programmed with much easier puzzles in all of those areas, and those are what's presented. And this will typically work when it's something where the interface is just like 4 buttons, or, you know, because like you can have multiple answers put into the same program. It all comes down to computer programming. It's not that crazy difficult. It's just a question of, is it justified to do it for the value of the gameplay change? We're kind of living in a world right now where, and I'm sure this will get some hate, but everyone feels the need to win everything.
Participation trophies are very popular. Yes.
Yeah, very, very popular.
I can agree with you.
Which is what brought us to compete versus play for fun mode.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately now we're considering eliminating compete mode. Because the amount of teams that want to compete versus get everything handed to them is so marginal now.
For the viewers at home that may be unsure, we at Trapdoor Escape Room offer 2 modes of play for all of our games. Play for fun, which you get all the hints you want. Ask for a hint, we'll give you a hint. And compete mode, which means you only get 3 hints and a shot to be on our leaderboard. those leaderboard spots, when I mention the leaderboards to people, they get pretty excited about it.
They do, but here's the problem with Play for Fun, and it's leading us to start even looking at our times. For example, like, do you even market QRZ and Freak Show as a 2-hour experience under Play for Fun? Because if you're delivering hints at the rates that some of these teams want, they'll be out of there in 60 minutes.
100%. Because it's not all escapers. It's definitely not all escapers.
No, but it's becoming majority.
It's a lot of them. They come in, and it's a lot of new people too. Because the escape room craze it's still. You're getting new people trying escape rooms every single day.
Also, for any owners that are watching the show, please comment and share your opinions on this, because we're seeing major demographic shifts where everyone used to be like 30 to 45-year-olds out for a night out. Now it's becoming parents with their kids.
100%. I actually saw something
because
recently.
Like 10-year-olds all want to play these now.
I saw something very recently in the news, and I'm upset that I didn't get it in time to put it on this episode of Puzzle Talk. We can talk about it, though, because it's relevant to what we're talking about now. LEGO is opening up a couple of escape rooms around the United States, or now around the planet possibly, that are themed for kids ages 5 to 10.
Well, there you go.
Still an escape room, but like you're right, it's affecting the demographic. I think when we get phone calls here more often than not nowadays, especially, is people asking me, is your escape room appropriate for my son or my daughter there
who's 8
or 9 years old?
Yep.
Exactly.
And as a result, and this has really been a 1-year shift in the industry, at least on the East Coast, but overprotective mom wants her kid to win everything.
Of course. They want to feel like they spent their money, wisely. They didn't just waste their money.
We had a group recently where I clocked it because I was starting to get a little frustrated, where the mom came out of the game and was like, so, like, do you guys even give clues here? Because it's been a while and they are struggling. And I literally looked at my timer and I said, you just got a clue 3 minutes and 11 seconds ago.
Tell me, did she argue or did she walk away from that?
She basically kind of was like, and walked away. And then, like 30 seconds later, shouted out, like, do your job. And it was like, oh, okay, I guess we're handing you this game on a platter. So there's kind of this, at least that we're seeing, and we're very high volume, so we are seeing a lot of people, that there's almost now the people who want to play and the people who want to watch.
I do have a lot of customers ask if they can come behind, like, the game station.
I don't even mean watch like that. I mean, like, participatory passive.
Oh, you're right. People love just checking out the sets.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost as if it's a like a guided movie tour.
Yeah.
Like we're at Hollywood Studios
like,
or something.
guide me through the adventure. I don't want to solve anything. I just want to see what the puzzle was, and then tell me the answer, and I'll move on.
My favorite part about an escape room...
It's not fun being frustrated and struggling. Okay, but that's the game.
It is the game, and like that's not exactly where the fun comes in. And I still play different escape rooms. I genuinely enjoy escape rooms because I love solving puzzles. The fun comes in when you're struggling for maybe 5 or 10 minutes to solve a puzzle, and then finally it clicks, you solve the puzzle, you have what we call that eureka moment.
Yeah.
And it's that you get that dopamine rush to your brain.
100%. Endorphins and hormone release and the whole deal. And that's what I love about it. But at the end of the day, our job is to entertain. And my wife and I had a conversation the other day because we're talking about this business venture that we're embarking on together of a completely different industry, but it's relatable to her home care agency and us with Trapdoor. It's kind of a combo almost. And my voice is really going. Damn it.
It's starting, yeah.
And what we were talking about was, when you're dead, what's one word that people would use to describe you and what you brought to the world? And
Funny.
for hers, it was caregiver.
Okay.
And for me, it was entertainer. And, you know, at the end of the day, this is about people are paying an exceptional amount of money. We're one of the most expensive escape rooms in the world. So we do need to deliver on that value. And if that means letting people just get a showcase version guide of the game, that's what it means.
Now we did.
It's not
offer-
about me, it's about them.
Well, of course, it's at the end of the day, it's about the customer.
Yeah.
The customer's always right. We are. I'm not going to say that. A little too lowbrow. So we kind of offered the guided tour thing
For Puzzles and Kids.
for puzzles and kids. Yeah, that's already like a thing that
Yeah.
we have. Are you thinking about kind of like maybe we could do like guided tours for adults now? You know. You want to take notes from one of the Hollywood Studios sets? I was on the set of Twister. That was really cool.
Maybe.
We bring back
Maybe.
F5 as a guided tour.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, you know, as this industry keeps evolving, it's becoming new things. So, at the end of the day, I just want the customers to leave happy.
And
It's
we
all-
hope
it's
you'll
all
join
really
us
about
next
making an
time,
impression.
1 p.m. Eastern
And-
Standard Time. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you haven't below. Like, comment, subscribe. And